So how does a homer feel now versus that first one that you made in college at St. Joseph's? Like, is there a difference, or is it easy, or?
I mean, I don't know how I even felt after the St. Joseph's one. I mean, thinking back on it, they kind of all feel the same. Like, I'm a very energetic person, so I have videos from my retro freshman year of me kind of like going crashing out when I hit a home run. But like I do the same thing now, I guess. So I think it still feels the same. It's just really exciting to do. It doesn't come across as often as most guys, but whenever I do it, I kind of make sure it's known.
Welcome to Down the Drive. I'm your host, Eli.
And I'm your host, Wyatt. Here we will take you behind the curtain with the University of Cincinnati sports. From football and basketball
to dodgeball and swimming, we've got it all. But first, hey, Cats, let's go UC! Welcome back to the final episode of the semester for Down the Drive. I'm your host, Eli.
And I'm your host, Wyatt. Thank you for joining us for our, what is it now, sixth episode?
Sixth episode, yeah. It's been a good semester so far with this, so
yeah, definitely.
Had a lot of fun doing this.
I mean, this one's a little bit under the wire. I mean, what is this, Wednesday, day before
Yeah,
finals
exactly.
and
Yeah.
everything?
Day before it's got to be due.
2 days before graduation. I mean, neither of us are graduating. We're both going to be back, so it's not like bad or anything. But
yeah, it's been a good semester doing this. Had a lot of fun.
Definitely.
I just want to say, like, I know you thank me a lot for having you join, but without you joining, I would not be able to edit all of these.
Dude.
So like you editing everything and doing all that has made it 10 times easier for me. So thank you for that.
Dude, and having you here to, I guess, guide all the sports stuff, especially since I'm new here, and it can be difficult to, I guess, navigate like new things. Because I've been to a couple of basketball games, and I've been to all the like football games, or except the one where it was on the Ohio State Michigan game. Because like, why are you gonna miss the Ohio State Michigan? We lost. It looked like a really fun game though. Okay. Because it was snowing. And
oh
was like,
yeah,
oh.
I do remember. That was like TCU. We should have won that game. But
I mean, we should have won most of our football games, I feel like.
We definitely should have, but
yeah, there's always next year.
Yeah, which I don't know if there is going to be a next. There's not going to be a next year for Satterfield if he doesn't get this team under control this year.
No, yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah, I guess this is going to be our final sports recap for the semester. Women's lacrosse, their season comes to a close after a 20-5 loss against Colorado on Saturday, the 26th. That was senior day. So, unfortunate loss for all the seniors, but they finished the year 8-9. Had a couple good wins in there. Got their first Big 12 win this year. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We talked about this with Seth. This is their first season Big 12.
Yeah, because last year they were AAC,
which is so weird. Like, why is it separate?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Yeah, this was their first Big 12 year. Got their first Big 12 win. But I mean, honestly, I think it's only up from here for this. This team.
I mean, now that they know what to expect, and now that they're in it, and they're a Big 12 school, things should just start coming.
Exactly. So, but
congratulations to the lacrosse team for a great season.
Yeah, switching over, and only other sport going on right now is baseball. Everyone else is done. Baseball is coming off of a 2-1 series win. Against Oklahoma. What was going for the sweep Sunday did not get the sweep, but overall a good weekend for the
UC baseball team.
Yeah, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kerrington Cross went off this past weekend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So
that's good.
Exactly.
And we have him on the podcast today.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he went off this weekend. But yeah, I mean, good big win there for the Bearcats. Friday, graduation day, they will be down in Kansas playing 25th ranked Kansas. So, we talked to him about the Duke win at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Now the next ranked opponent for the Bearcats. That's hopefully they can pull off a series win, get back to being ranked. But yeah, they got a couple more series here before the Big 12 tournament, and hopefully a deep playoff run. Carrington thinks they can go deep in the Big 12 run, as you will see. But yeah, I mean, very scrappy team, so they will be a danger if they make it into the playoffs for baseball.
No, for sure. Yeah, I'm really hoping we get far because, I mean, they're a really promising team.
Exactly.
And, I mean, as Kerrington said, they could be really pesky. You know what I mean?
But, yeah, that's the sports recap. There's a flag on the play.
Oh, no.
And it's going to be a
instant replay
of the semester.
Last 6 episodes.
Yeah, so favorite episode / interview we did probably for me was the Faith one. You know, I think what the final time was an hour 15. I think that's like our.
I think in the edit it's coming down to a little closer to an hour.
Okay.
But I mean, even still, she had a lot of great insights and a lot of really good answers to a lot of really good questions.
Mm-hmm.
The interview today with Kerrington Cross, I mean, that was kind of our Ishmael white whale kind of thing that we've been trying to wrangle for a while.
Yes.
And it was really, really cool talking to him and getting to know the UC baseball schedule and everything and like that. Trials and tribulations of being a baseball player and future MLBer.
Yeah. I personally think he has a great shot at going to the league.
No, for sure.
But talk to him. I was texting him this weekend, and I'm like, hey, like Wednesday still works. He's like, yeah, like I'm not set on a time because they had a morning lift this morning at like 8, I think, and now he's got a meeting here at 1 o'clock, and then. How he told me, like, there's, like, 2 separate practice times. It's like there's, like, one from, like, 12 to 2 and then, like, one from 2 to 4. It's like,
so weird.
Yeah, so he was like, it depends on what group I get put in. He obviously got put in the later one, so he's practicing until 4 tonight. But, like, I didn't know that they did it like that. Like, I expected, like, one big team practice.
No,
but
I know, like, Faith said that with minutes and everything that you play, it can be – like different practice groups and everything, and like with the lesser minutes, it can be, I guess, harder practices. So it can be, I can kind of see that with like the different practice groups and like what you can get put in, especially with like finals and everything. It's a really challenging week to practice, and so I can definitely see that like having an effect and like being so up in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I honestly think the interview with Faith was the best one. I think it's our longest one. Maybe
I think Daniel too.
Yeah.
Daniel Wysong of the UC esports team. He played Siege. He did a really good job illustrating just that, his experience with that. And I mean, even for something as up and coming as esports, I think he really shined a light on it. And I mean, I have become fast friends with him through the semester. I was in student media practicum with him. I was in the podcasting class with him, and we have used and abused the fact that he is on the team. I have interviewed him with one of my projects, 50+1, a comedy interview show. I don't know how comical it'll be. It might just be more cringy, but that'll be out there once we get finished with that and wrapped up for the semester. And then we also had him on Bearcast Games with my friend Gwen Schumann. She did a really good job putting that together. They played Dress to Impress, and then we played Mario Kart. I was also in there, and I sucked ass. It was terrible. And then now we interviewed him here. So he really was super accommodating and kind. He has his own podcast talking about like how social media and social media companies and influencers farm people for likes, and that is a really cool thing just to see and experience. And, I mean, every interview, I feel like, had a lot of really good moments.
Yeah,
I feel like Alex was super passionate about the club hockey team. And Chase, even. I know he was a former basketball player at Earlham, but he was really cool to talk to.
Yeah.
He was really kind with that. Like, I mean, any other specific moments, you know what I mean, that you think were, like, highlights?
Honestly, Chase's craziest travel story when he was
he
Chicago, right?
And someone's like almost got shanked or shot.
Yeah, I mean, I got a gun. Like that was my favorite moment from.
Oh, for sure. I think that was one of the craziest moments to catch, like him in Chicago. I mean, I guess Chicago's a theme for a couple of our interviews. Nah, I mean, it just seems really interesting and really funny and scary that could happen. And I mean, I think Chase said he probably wasn't packing anything.
Exactly, yeah.
But, I mean, even still, like in the moment, you bolt. You are scared to death. You run. You don't fight, especially with someone who possibly has a gun.
Yeah. So I honestly think that's the craziest travel story we've heard out of everyone. Because, I mean, other people did have stuff, but, like, nothing as.
Faith's bus ride from Texas to, like, Oklahoma State
must
have sucked.
Yeah, that was.
Like the no shock absorber van.
Yes.
Like, good Lord.
Yeah, but in my opinion, that was the best travel story we heard. Well, I heard this from doing these was like, could you imagine like just chilling with some basketball friend? Someone comes up to the street, says, "Yo, I got a gun on me," and like,
give me everything.
Yeah.
Fuck. Bolt. Run.
Exactly. Get the fuck out of there. Like. Because you, like as you said, you don't want to wait around to see if he actually has a gun.
No, you don't want to call someone's bluff.
Exactly, be like, nah, you a bitch, you don't got a gun, because then he's gonna whip it out and he's gonna shoot you, and that's not gonna be good.
No, it's definitely something that you do not want to experience. And there were a lot of really good takeaways that we heard from being on the UC team with like why UC and like why you're on the team and what you got from that. I think everybody had some really, really good insights. Seth saying that just the friends that you had, a lot of people said the friends that you have, because college is really difficult with finding friends. Like Faith even pointed out saying, I don't know how you guys do it, because with soccer and with sports in general, you kind of have that familial friend unit.
It's like a built-in friendship.
No, yeah. And like maybe some guys are dicks or whatever, or some girls are bitches. I don't know. They're mean girls. Regina George wear pink on Wednesdays. But nah, it's just like stuff like that. Like they have that built in to that. And it's like high school, even with the class structure and going up with people. Because like you can have a class like our podcasting class with sophomores, with freshmen, with seniors and juniors. Like I assume always that everybody's the same age as me. But you're a sophomore. Like, people can be seniors, and it's like Nick Parker and Chase Yance were both seniors, and they were getting ready to graduate. And it's just like that age range and age finder kind of gets thrown out the window. But also with that, the need to be the same age also kind of gets thrown out the window, because everybody's going through the same thing and is at different levels of the same experience, especially with the same major. Like with CCM, a lot of people are going through the same classes. Oh, I love Intro to Sports with Brackman, and like, oh, John Owens is awesome, and like that kind of thing. And you can really find kinship in that. And I think that's what I found with you in this podcast, being able to talk about that and like being able to work with you and work like on this podcast with you, but also just hanging out and that kind of thing and talking with you.
Exactly. Like, I mean, it is definitely difficult to make friends if you're not an athlete or if you're not in the club. But like, as you said, like, I expected everyone in all my classes, like this year and semester, to be sophomores, because, you know, I'm like, okay, it's only my second year, so, like, it's everyone else's second year, but, like, just getting that, no, I'm actually a junior, or, no, I'm a senior. I'm like, how are you taking this class so late? Like, you're about to graduate.
It's like, it's so weird. Like, you can take so many different level classes at any point. Like, I know I tried to get a directing class that was, like, a 4,000 level class, which was, like, a senior class. And it filled up, unfortunately, because it was like prereqs or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But which would have been really cool to get. But I mean, even still, just stuff like that where you can get those classes at any point. Like you can have seniors taking an elective podcasting class when you're a sophomore, and you can get that intermingling, especially with experience as well, because that's one big thing that's different with like CCM, media production, sports management, sports admin. It's just like you get that different level of experience with networking, because networking, I feel here and in this major, is super important, and probably more important than any other major, because it's not what you do, or it's who you know and what connections that you have. Like Faith said, she's in media production and she's in my student media practicum class, and I worked on a project with her, and it was really nice to come up to her and say, hey, would you be willing to do this podcast? And she had worked with our professor as well on his XR 3D environments class with some of the students there, and they made some really, really cool stuff and projects, and it was just really cool to see, and just having everybody in different areas intermingle and come together. And I think I mean, that's kind of what this podcast is about because, I mean, we have Kerrington today, who's in chemical engineering. We had Faith, who was in media production. We had Daniel, who was also in media production.
Alex was sports admin.
Yeah.
Chase, media production as well. But
we have a lot of media production. Networking, hey.
Exactly.
But, I mean, yeah, and just a lot of those opportunities and everything. It is really cool to talk to these people and learn about their experiences because, I mean, like, you and I are high school athletes. Like, did you play sports in high school?
Yeah. I played football and baseball, so, I mean.
You have a little experience with baseball and everything. What position?
First base.
Oh, little Joey Votto, actually.
Yeah, not as good, unfortunately. But, yeah, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I played baseball for years when I was little, and I wanted to be a pitcher so bad, and then I sucked. Being high school athletes with sports and everything like that, like I did golf, swim, track, and then you did baseball and football. It pales in comparison to college in the level of competitiveness because I sucked. I think the only sport that I was semi-good at was swimming, and I'm now in the club swim team. And even on the club swim team, there are people who are extremely competitive. There are some UC swimmers like Ben Ruhala, Jasper Evans, who went to nationals and did really well. And that's on club. I can't imagine varsity for, the university. I mean, could you imagine playing football?
I would get my ass kicked. I would probably last maybe one practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'd probably be with a couple broken ribs.
Oh, yeah. I would probably get carted off on a stretcher because I would probably have to block Dante Corleone. That's a big guy, and I would probably get put on my ass. And I could not imagine playing college football. Like, it takes a different
breed of person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because, like, those guys are, like, 300-plus pounds, and it's not fat. Like, it's muscle.
You don't even need to be that big. I mean, going up against Dante Corleone.
Oh, yeah,
any
exactly.
Of the offensive players of a sport. In any varsity sport period, going up against somebody of that skill, of that caliber, you will get your ass whooped. And it is really, really cool to see, like, a window into these sports, these athletes, their experiences, and how they manage with such a competitive environment and how, like, they will go on to the next level or what will be next for them. Like, Kerrington might, like he said, he's possibly going into the minors, like with Josh Cross and everything. He's doing really well in the minors. He said he might get called up. It's just incredible experiences like that with going into and diving deep into these sports. It's really, really cool to see.
Yeah, like, just seeing, like, having the chance to go pro in your sport, like, that's, I think, like, only 1 or 2% of college athletes end up going pro, but, like, if you can, you're really good, and I don't know, I could not play at the next, like, I could not even begin to imagine playing at a D1 school, like, honestly, any sport, like, because baseball, like, it's not as physical as football, but, like, those pitchers are throwing, like, 90-plus. So, like, you have to be able to see that and still somehow make contact.
I think I saw a video somewhere where it was, like your, like, the way you process, you only get, like, 0.3 seconds or something, less than that maybe, like, to process and, like, try to hit the ball, which is insane. And, I mean, that's with everybody. Like, Faith trying to manage dribbling, running, getting a ball, getting a header, getting a shot on goal, and stuff like that. I mean, even as a defender, she said I think she had three shots on goal. I mean, it is really cool just to see that and be able to process these things and just do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and even for Alex, like, playing, like, even though it's club hockey, you're still going up against good guys, and, like, you're getting put on your ass, like. You just realize, like, the switch from a high school to college athletes, it's tremendous. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Because no one in college is in high school, unless you're, like, the next Paul Skeens, is throwing 90. Like, they're maybe throwing 80. But, like, could you imagine having to go up against Paul Skeens at LSU?
No.
Like, bro was, like, touching, like, 104. Like I don't even think you can see that. Like I know I wouldn't be able to. Like
yeah, it's just like it's impossible. Like how in the world can you process that and do it and hit the ball to where your hands aren't, broken and shaking?
Yeah, exactly. Like and people still got hits off of him, which is insane. Like because I don't know, it's just crazy to think that someone can actually see that fast of a ball.
No, yeah.
In time to swing it, but yeah.
And just with all of the athletes that we were talking with and everything, it's just incredible the amount of like grit, the amount of determination that they go through and they have to be at this level. Even at the club sports with the esports and hockey, it's just really, really incredible to see and learn about. And it's been really awesome to get that chance to talk to these guys.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, it's definitely been a good semester doing this podcast and just getting to know different sports because, like, I didn't think soccer would be that serious.
Turns out it's extremely serious.
Exactly. Like, they're practicing what'd she say, like, almost every single day?
Oh, yeah.
And they're,
they get,
running, too.
One day off or something. I think, like, Sunday or Monday they get off, which is insane. And, like, esports. Like, I never thought of the trials and tribulations of that with getting into it and, like, practicing aim training on your own and then practicing with, like, teams, memorizing maps. And, like, with cross-country and just being able to, like, with Seth, like, even battling that stress fracture and coming back from that and then running 60 to 70 miles a week.
Yeah.
And which is just crazy. It's just a lot. And I applaud every single one of these athletes that we have interviewed and have taken the time to come and put up with us for 40 to an hour. No, for sure. No. So, to wrap this up, or this section up before we get to our fabulous interview with Kerrington Cross. Again, thank you for putting up with us for 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
But what is next for you, Eli?
That's a great question. I'm kind of in between a lot of stuff right now. Looking at transferring to Ohio Media School, more focus of becoming a sports broadcaster. Also looking at just becoming a firefighter and just dropping out and doing that full time. But, it's just a lot of things got to fall before I make that decision. But,
no, for sure.
There's a good chance that I'm back here for the fall semester. I already made my class schedule for fall, but, it just depends on if everything goes my way and if I really don't like firefighting or I really don't think I could see myself being at the Ohio Media School, I'll be back here. But, still a lot of things up in the air right now.
No, yeah, for sure. And I wish you the best of luck
thank you, man.
Figuring out. I know transferring can be a real heart-wrenching thing, especially after building an environment, building friends and that kind of thing. Like, I mean, my sophomore year was when I transferred. And, like, after that and going into my junior year, that was really hard for me. Like, having, like, a group of friends that I liked, and I was torn up about it. Like, I wasn't torn up about transferring. I feel like it was best. But just, like, having that and leaving with, like, the group that I made and everything and just the people that I met, it was really hard. So, I applaud you for making the decision, and I really hope it comes best. And if you're back, we can continue the podcast. Exactly. If not, I will unfortunately have to find a new host. Or just leave it in the vault. It's been an incredible experience with you, man. I mean, it's been really fun just getting to do this and having that. I mean, even as even just as a resume builder, this is pretty incredible just to do and have, and it's been a really good learning experience. But it's also been just a ton of fun.
Yeah. So, what's next for you, Wyatt?
Well, right now, I mean, as it stands, I'm coming back to UC for my senior year. I will be here an extra semester, so it's going to be like my senior year, part 1.
Okay.
So I'll be here an extra semester in the fall of 26. But that's me right now. I am trying to find an internship for the summer. That's really hard right now.
Yeah.
It's a bit difficult just finding everything and I guess networking and trying to use that and get the opportunities. But yeah, not as dramatic as you or anything, but I mean, it's still happening and everything. What was your biggest takeaway from being on this podcast, Eli?
Biggest takeaway? Just meeting a lot of athletes. Like, and just seeing how it differs from each sport. It's definitely my biggest takeaway, and obviously like talking to you and getting to meet you and everything. Like I said, if you wouldn't have come on, like I know you give me a lot of praise for like letting you on, but had you not come on to this podcast, it would not be as good a quality as it is now because I'm not that good at editing it. But you were kind of my saving grace for that, making this a lot easier.
Thanks for letting me on, man.
Yeah.
I know again. This was your brainchild and everything, just the podcast and everything. I came in like 2 weeks late because I had a really bad class that I wanted to get out of. My friend Cooper and Elena, who was in the class and on the Natty Baddies podcast, they were both in that class, and apparently it went rough. And so I'm glad I got out of Dodge and got into a class that I really enjoyed. Our professor, Mayoko, was really awesome, and he was really accommodating with like what we've been doing and everything.
Exactly. So
definitely.
Yeah. What's your biggest takeaway from being on this podcast?
I think probably making friends and really meeting people, networking, and just being able to learn this experience and use this experience to garner my skills and everything like that, like the editing, the communication and everything like that, and also just having it as a project that we did and still have to do and everything. And I think that's really cool just to have done it and do it successfully, because I feel like we did a hell of a job. I mean, especially with our twists and turns and everything, with trying to get things done under the wire. And I think, but I think the biggest thing was definitely meeting you and having a friend and a confidant and learning through this experience and everything, and just having that and having you for the class and everything, because I feel like it would be a pretty lonely podcast if I was on my own, or I guess if I never transferred into the class, it would be totally different with everything. But nah, it's really cool, man, and I'm glad that we got to do it.
Yeah, I know, it was super fun. Meeting you, doing this whole thing, like you said, I think it's personally, I think it's better when it's two people on the podcast. Like, I know we had guests on, but just being able to bounce back and forth between thoughts and stuff is really easy to do. Doing this by myself, it would be maybe half-hour episodes, and it would just be the interviews with with everyone. But like you said, I don't know if I would have been able to get 6 people.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed doing this podcast with you. And hopefully, if you come back, we can do it next semester.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's such a learning experience, coming onto this podcast, learning what to do, what not to do, and just being sure of yourself and asking those questions and everything. But
no, it's been a good one.
Definitely. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you. But it's been a good semester doing this podcast with you.
For sure. Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, and we're gonna switch over. Please enjoy that interview with Kerrington Cross. It's a good one.
UC third baseman.
Yeah.
Incredible player.
Incredible. But
It was really fun having him on, and I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. And finally, for the last time in the semester,
hey, cats, let's go UC. Welcome to the final episode, Down the Drive. I'm your host, Eli.
And I'm your host, Wyatt. Thanks for joining us for our final episode of the semester.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today, Kerrington. I know we've been wrangling you for about a month and a half or something, feels like.
It's my pleasure, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be on here.
No, definitely. All right.
So, who's your favorite athlete? You a Joey Votto fan or a
Ellie De La Cruz fan?
It's gonna sound bad, but I'm not a Reds fan. I'm a Cubs guy. I'm a Cubs guy.
Okay.
But I do have a funny story about Ellie De La Cruz. I was at my birthday dinner a couple weeks ago at Jeff Ruby's, and he was there.
Really?
So they were trying to plan for me to meet him because it was my birthday, but it fell through.
Oh,
but that would have been a cool story if it actually happened. But favorite athlete, I grew up a Derek Jeter fan. That's why I wear 2. He was just like the guy I always watched. But as far as like Cubs, I mean, I'm an OG, so like Starlin Castro, Kosuke Fukudome, Junior Lake, all those guys, like they're probably top 10 favorite athletes I grew up watching.
Definitely.
How many Cubs games have you been to? Or no, since it's all the way in Chicago?
Yeah, not as many as you'd think. A lot more recently. I'd say it's probably 10 to 20 around that time, that area. Yeah.
I mean, that's probably more than I've been to Reds games, and like I live in Dayton.
Well, my brother lives up there, and then my girlfriend just moved up there too, which they're actually next door neighbors. But
oh, that's awesome.
yeah, I get to go to more Cubs games now.
Yeah, get free rent and food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. What is your workout routine that you guys typically do with, baseball and everything?
I kind of just do what I'm told. I mean, the generic schedule, at least in the fall, it was like Monday, Wednesday, Friday lift. But now that we're in season, it's typically Tuesday, Thursday, Friday lift around there, kind of, and then practice or individual times you'll hit with whatever hitting group, and then you'll do like all the other stuff you need on. Like I'll have like a certain like hitting routine I do before the hitting group, and then rehab, prehab, all that other stuff. But it's kind of just whatever they schedule it as, and then you build around it. So you got to be flexible.
No, for sure. I mean, I know like my brother, he's at Ashland for wrestling, and they have like, I don't know, 7, 8 a.m. workout times. And
Yeah, I don't even want to know about wrestling. Wrestling is brutal. My roommate used to wrestle, and I can't do it.
Really? I mean, I never got into wrestling. I was never able to do like contact sports just because of a medical thing. So, but my brother dove into it right as in elementary school, and like, I mean, with college, it's like insanely early practices.
Yep.
And do you guys have that with baseball or like?
Rarely. I mean, my sophomore year, I had 6 a.m. lifts and other stuff, but outside of that, nothing really early because you kind of need the lights, the sun to like practice.
Yeah, definitely. Last semester when I was rocking a math and everything, I mean, I could always see like the lacrosse team practicing on the baseball field.
Yeah, they're always before us.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy, but.
Furthest you traveled by bus or by plane?
And I guess with that also, like any crazy travel stories. I mean, I imagine since you guys are traveling every other week, there's.
Yeah. I mean, you want this baseball related or like personal related? Because I have a 19-hour plane ride personally.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, to Japan. Like, what do you call it? My mom's family's still over there, so the past 2 years in Christmas time, we go over there. So that's my furthest plane. But as far as baseball, I think UNLV was probably the furthest plane, which is only like 5-6 hours around there. Furthest you travel by bus, probably Duke, maybe? I don't know. Somewhere East Coast, somewhere like 9 to 10 hours.
Really?
Once it gets past that, it's kind of like, okay, let's just get a plane.
Yeah.
And then travel stories. I mean, I got a lot of them that I probably shouldn't talk about.
I mean,
but none of them like kind of correlated to me. It was all just like word of mouth. But good one was just talking about Duke, how we just enjoyed that trip. Like stuff like that where you like weren't supposed to win and you did win. That's always just a good one to talk about.
I mean, definitely.
Yeah.
Any upsets where you were like out of like left field, sorry, that baseball pun. But like you guys just didn't expect and then you guys won like with that Duke game or any others?
I don't think any of it was like us thinking we wouldn't win. It was more like everyone else thinking we wouldn't win. Which it really hasn't happened until the past year and a half. Like Duke, we all kind of believe like the upsets in the past. We didn't really upset too many teams because we were below 500. But like the past year and a half, we've been proving other people. So like Duke, sweeping TCU here, which was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's not a shock to us because we kind of expect ourselves to do it, but to everybody else, like when we first got ranked, they're like, okay, like they're making a name for themselves.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I remember watching that Duke game, and honestly, no offense to you guys, but I didn't expect a win there. But, you know, once you guys won, I'm like, okay, I think this is going to be a really good baseball team this year, which, I mean, so far it's been a pretty good year for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, that one stretch in UNLV where we lost a couple games, it kind of just sucked because our whole starting infield went down. So, like, you want to make up the excuses, but at the same time, it's a team game. So
yeah,
no, definitely. Was that like injury or sickness or like
both? All the above. Our infielders got injured, and then outfielder got sick, and then the following weekend, another person got sick, and then we went to Arizona and got swept. Our Friday and Saturday guy both got sick. So just the early part of the season, a lot of guys went down.
Dang. I mean, that's unfortunate, but I mean, hey, you guys are definitely pulling it out.
Yeah.
When is the Big 12 playoffs?
3 weeks. So we got this week is Kansas, next week is TCU, then Kansas State, and then immediately after we go down to Dallas.
Oh, that's awesome. Is that like just one game after another, just kind of?
Yeah, this year it's a little different. So it's only single elim this year versus last year, which was double elim. But this year, since there's more teams, they just turned it to single elimination.
Thinking about a deep run in the Big 12?
Hopefully. Depending on how we play the next 3 weeks, I think we're going to need a deep run.
Okay.
But if we can win a couple series ending the year, I think we'll be okay. And then, I don't know. I always think we could be really pesky in the playoffs. So.
Yeah. Very
No, for sure. I guess better than the football team for sure.
Yeah. But, I mean, like as you said, like you guys play small ball really well, in my opinion. Like laying down bunts, stealing bases wherever you can. And, like, I think this is really the first full year I've seen something like that. Like, last year, like, it was obviously there, but, like, this year it seems more prevalent. And, like, it seems like every game I've seen, it's, you're not afraid of bunt. Like, got to put a bunt down. Like, everyone on the team can get a bunt down and beat it out to first if needed.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit different this year. I think the good thing about this squad is we know we don't have to do more. Kind of like we lost our Josh Cross, which is our home run guy. No one's really trying to recreate those numbers. We're kind of just playing our own game, and our game is playing fast. So it's kind of nice to see that.
What age did you realize, like, this is what you want to do? Was there, like, a aha moment, like, playing Little League and, like, hit a home run and you're like, I could go to college for this?
I mean, I don't know if there's, like, an exact moment. I've kind of just always wanted to play baseball. It was just a matter of if I would get the opportunity. And then there was a lot of doubt because I'm not someone who has, like, tools. I can't throw the ball 90. I can't hit it 500 feet. Like, I can't do that stuff some guys can. So recruiting for me was, like, really weird. A lot of guys getting recruited over me that I thought I was personally better than. But then, like, 16U, I just had a really good weekend, and that's all it took. And UC was the first team that kind of noticed me.
Oh, for sure. What was that weekend?
I think I went, like, 15 for 15.
Oh.
Yeah. It was just one weekend is all it took.
Yeah.
No, for sure. How do you balance such an intensive major? Because you are in chemical engineering, which is insane. I don't think I could do that. And, like, how do you balance that with baseball and traveling so much and stuff like that?
I mean, everyone's kind of really understanding about it. Like, the professors, like, during season, they obviously know your schedule. They just kind of expect you to catch up on your own, look at the files, look at the PowerPoints, kind of teach yourself, essentially, during that time. But, like, in the fall, it's very lenient as far as, like, balancing because the coaches know school's first in the fall. Like, you got to do good in school before you can do baseball. So you can focus on baseball in the spring. So fall, they're like, okay, go do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as far as, like, co-ops, that was a little different. Co-ops were really tough for me because during a sport that's pretty much year-round, you got to figure out some time to do co-ops. So I did co-ops in the summer and the fall. But in the falls, I did a 3 a.m. to an 11 a.m. shift.
Holy crap.
Who'd you work with?
L'Oreal down in Florence, right off Industrial.
That's really cool, dude.
And then right after that, you go to baseball for a couple hours and then in bed by 6. So it's not too bad if you think about it, because I actually probably got more sleep doing that because I would force myself to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But as far as balancing, I mean, it's kind of like, it's really not as bad as people think. You just got to have good time management, and then you're fine.
What made you want to choose chemical engineering? Like, is it something you want to pursue now that you're done with college?
I'm not too sure on where it's gonna take me. There's like a lot of varieties you can get into, like pharmaceuticals, cosmetics. That's what I've been a part of, even just like a chemical plant. But I never had the intention to pursue chemical engineering. It was just like in high school, I was good at chemistry and I was good at math and I was good with hands. I was good at the engineering classes, so I kind of like combined all four of them, and I was like, all right, let's see what this is, and then I just kind of stuck.
No, for sure. Like in high school, like that was during my sophomore year that I took chemistry. Luckily, it was COVID, so it got cut short because it was a terrible class. The teacher, like, she gave us all the equations and everything, and then it was like she kind of just said, okay, go, and like didn't teach us how to use them. So I guess with you being so adept in chemistry, I mean, it really shows like that you're a smart dude. I mean, it was really hard to learn all that and everything like that. I mean, it's almost like stats where there's little adjustments that you do like 100 times and then you can keep that all in your head. So it's like, bravo.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give it to like my chemistry teacher in high school too. You said you had a mid teacher, but my teacher was pretty dope. He was also a football coach. I didn't play football, but I knew football. So me and him were pretty good relationship, and I enjoyed learning in his class. So he probably is one of the bases of why I do what I do now.
No, for sure. I mean, a good teacher can really do a lot for you. Like I had some really good teachers like middle school that I'm still in contact with and everything.
Yeah.
Is there like a pressure that comes with being one of, if not the best in the Big 12? Like, do you like put a lot of pressure on yourself each game, or do you just go out and like, it's just another game of baseball? I've been doing this for however long. Like, it's nothing new.
Yeah. No, there's not that much pressure. I don't really think of it as that either. It's just kind of being the vet, I guess. It's just I've been here many times, and I don't need to do more. I just got to keep doing what's expected of me, and it's going to be enough at the end of the day.
How was it to move from Honolulu, because you were born in Hawaii, correct?
Yep.
And then how was that to move to Brownsburg and now being at UC?
From Honolulu to Brown, I don't remember much about Honolulu. I just like to flex that I'm born there. But like my brother and sister can talk about the huge transition because they're a little bit older than me. But from Brownsburg to Cincy, it's not a crazy jump. I know quite a few people from my area that went to Cincy because we get in-state. But as far as like from my neighborhood to like the city, it's a lot different. Like everything here is super tight and like more up and down versus Brownsburg and like the Indianapolis area, which is more out.
Yeah.
So that's definitely the biggest change. But I don't know. I mean, every place I've been has just felt like home to me. I've never felt uncomfortable with where I'm at. So I'm kind of grateful that every place I chose kind of accepted me.
No, definitely. I mean, I bet Eli can relate to that because Columbus, I mean, is a pretty sprawling city. It's not so vertical.
Yeah, no, it's very – that transition from going to Columbus down here and UC, it's a very hilly campus. It was an adjustment to make, but, yeah, it's been good so far.
Yeah, because it's like Clifton, and then like drops, and
Yeah.
then downtown's at the bottom there.
Yeah.
But, yeah, UC campus is a really nice area because I transferred in like last semester, and it's really nice having the compactness.
Yeah.
Like we talked about in a couple of our episodes, just like how like you can get from one place to another super quickly.
Yeah, it's great.
Like right before this, we had asked Kerrington to meet us at the 86, and it was right off. There was one right off campus, and there's one right next to CCM. And there was a bit of miscommunication, and we said, "Can you meet us at the one in CCM, or like meet us at TUC?" And then we walked over to TUC, and he was right there. So it's real easy, especially with a scooter, to get from A to B real quickly.
Yeah, and then compared to like IU, I use Mass. Like my brother and sister both went to IU, so I've been there multiple times, got friends, and just walking to get food is like 35 minutes. I'm like, this is horrible. It's so taxing on the body versus here I can just walk down the street and get the food I want.
No, definitely. Like I was in Savannah for school, and they didn't have like a traditional campus. They bought up a bunch of old buildings, and that was their campus. And I could walk from like my dorm sophomore year to classes from like 40 minutes, and it'd be an insane like walk. And I mean, it's in the Savannah heat. It's nothing like Cincy.
Yeah.
So why UC, like, you know, you just talked about after that weekend of 16U, they started recruiting you. Was there any other colleges in the mix that really wanted you?
Yeah, I had a decent amount. A lot of them in the American, actually. Tulane, Xavier, I had IU, I had Purdue, here, USF, UCF. Just like kind of like those schools. But like I said, UC was the first one to reach out and then give me the offer. So, like, I had a lot of trust with them, and then they brought me on campus, and I actually committed before, like, I talked to my parents because I was just kind of ready. And then the whole car ride home, they're like, "Why'd you do it?" And I don't know. It just felt right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think Faith said, like, Faith Browering, she is a UC women's soccer player. She said, like, she's from northern Kentucky, so, like, 10 minutes away, and she came to UC, and something just clicked.
Yeah.
And, I mean, especially with all, like, a lot of colleges, but, I mean, I think that's the thing with UC. It's just kind of like you get that sense. Did you get that?
Yeah. I was just touring campus. I'm like, you know, I could see myself being here for 4 years. You know, I also helped that I had 2 older brothers already here, so that made the decision a lot easier to make.
Yeah.
So how does a homer feel now versus that first one that you made in college at St. Joseph's? Like, is there a difference, or is it easy, or?
I mean, I don't know how I even felt after the St. Joseph's one. I mean, thinking back on it, they kind of all feel the same. Like, I'm a very energetic person, so I have videos from my redshirt freshman year of me kind of like going crashing out when I hit a home run. But like I do the same thing now, I guess. So I think it still feels the same. It's just really exciting to do. It doesn't come across as often as most guys, but whenever I do it, I kind of make sure it's known.
No, for sure. I mean, even still, I mean, you may not get like every single homer that you hit, but like you hit the ball. What is it? Number 1 in the Big Ten? I mean,
Yeah.
what's your batting average? 412?
Nah, it's gone down a little bit. I think I'm 399 on the dot.
Oh, yeah, that's
Still
still pretty good.
I mean,
at
that's
the
incredible.
D1, yeah. I think we could have paired you to like the SEC and ACC, and like you would be like second or third there too. So.
Oh, yeah. Was there ever like a sense of relief, like once you realized that you could hit and you could hit those homers? Like, was there a sense of relief that you could do this? Was there ever any nerves, or were you just like smooth sailing?
Yeah, there was I think the sense of relief was like my sophomore or my redshirt freshman year because I came in expecting to like. I think the biggest misconception about college baseball is in high school you're kind of like the guy, like you're the best on team, you're kind of like the man. But like when you come in here, like that's out the window. You're actually like bottom of the pack. So like that feeling for me didn't come too easy because I've just never been that low, especially with COVID. There was like 6 years. I was playing with a 24-year-old with a kid when I was 18.
Holy
So
smokes.
yeah, so I was just like, man, like what am I doing? And I just had a lot of doubt my freshman year, and then a lot of things happened. I got sick. I lost like 20 pounds. So all that stuff happened, and then sophomore year came around. I had a mediocre fall, and they were like, yeah, look, you're probably not going to play. So like there's always doubt, and it's not like this thing that's like dwelling on me. It's just I know I could do it. It's just a matter of when could I prove it. So like when we came back, I just kind of did like that one weekend again. I just had a really good week, and then they put me in the lineup more. And then by opening day, I was in the lineup, and then from there, I never really pressed on myself.
Even with non-sports and stuff like that doubt can really eat at you. Like that's definitely something that I get with like media production and everything. Like just that measuring up, and especially with like, I mean, this industry. I mean, it's a lot of young like filmmakers and that kind of thing, and that want to be somebody like a Christopher Nolan or something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to be like an Ellie De La Cruz or I guess a Derek Jeter since you're a Cubs or a Yankees fan. But, yeah, no, it can be pretty universal, just that doubt and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that Memphis game, I believe it was either sophomore or junior year, obviously being double short of the cycle, was that like, oh, I really wanted that, like...
Not crazy. I mean, I've always wanted a cycle. I've had many chances. Like my freshman year when I played summer ball, I was a triple away from the cycle, but I hit it to the fence and thought it was a homer, so I kind of watched it and ended up getting a double. So, like, I don't press about it. I had one against Louisville this year where I was a triple shy. So if it happens, it happens, but it's not something I'm like, oh, I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not like a trophy that you can put on your wall or anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, so playing with Josh Cross last year, obviously he's now in the minors. He actually just hit for the cycle not too long ago. Seeing his success, like, he's had so far, like, how was it playing with him? Like,
Yeah,
Josh
Cross is a man. I hope he listens to this. But he's going off right now. But, like, whenever you see someone like him, like, just watching him hit, you kind of just, like, knew. That dude was just nasty at hitting. Unreal ability to hit the ball out of the park, hit it hard. Like, he's just a big leaguer, and I think he's going to get called up really soon. But it was cool watching him hit every single day.
No, for sure. Do you base your game off him or, I guess, anybody? Or is it, like, full Kerrington? Or
Yeah, no, I don't base my game off Josh Cross. No offense to him. He's kind of slow, and I do other things. But I don't know if I base it off anyone. Like, there's not someone I, like, pull from. I kind of, like, nitpick. Like, people say I have a really Asian swing, but if I go to Japan, people say I have a really white swing. So it's, like, a mix of everything. And then, I don't know, I kind of just play with, like, instincts. I mean, like, I'm not fast, but I can steal bases. I'm not Tommy O'Connor who can hit a ball 500 feet, but I can hit it over the fence. So I just kind of play, like, my style of baseball as well as what they preach here. So no one I'm basing it off of. I'm kind of just mixing everything.
have you ever played in Japan? I know you said that, like, you've said you like went to Japan on that 19-hour plane ride or something like that.
Yeah, I've practiced up there a few times. I remember in 3rd grade when I went, we had a practice and we ran for like 3 hours, and I was like, I'm never doing that again. And then this past winter, I just swung at the batting cages for a little bit with my cousins and nephews. So.
Oh yeah. Do you have family out there?
Yeah, a bunch of them. Like
really?
Yeah, it's a big family.
No, that's cool, man. Do you are you a fan of like Shohei Ohtani and that kind of thing? I know that's like
Yeah, he's up there. I'm a fan of all of them. Shohei's like the man up there. On every single clothing line, Shohei's on a billboard.
Has it ever crossed your mind about transferring? Like, obviously getting redshirted, where you're like, well, maybe I can go here and start?
Yes and no. I mean, as far as my redshirt year, I didn't. There was no doubt I was coming back because I knew it was just a bunch of old guys. Like, my chance was going to come. But after my success, I mean, there's always like that feeling like I could go to like SEC because like that's where everyone dreamt of playing. But I don't know. I just felt like I made a lot of connections here, and I love the city. I love the staff. And then over the years, I've just kind of like started bleeding more red, and I couldn't think of myself ever leaving now.
Was there ever like a dream school when you were like in 16U saying like, oh, I want to go here and I want to play here?
I mean, Vanderbilt was always like the school back then, because back when I was playing, it was like Dansby Swanson, Kumar Rocker, and all them. So that's kind of like the time frame where Vandy was like the best. But I knew I wasn't going to go there, but that was kind of like sure, it would be nice.
No, definitely. Were there any college players that you had your eye on that you were like, that were a source of inspiration, like at a certain school or even at UC?
Nah, I didn't watch too much baseball back then. Like college baseball, I watched a couple IU games, which Schwarber played back then, and then Dansby Swanson, and then that's about it.
Yeah. I haven't had the privilege of catching a UC baseball game. My sister actually goes to UT, and I know they are
they're
pretty
pretty
crazy
good
right now.
Too bad we own them, but we're 1-0 against them, but they're pretty good this year.
No, yeah. I mean, go UC, go Cats. I like Tennessee, but I don't like them that much.
Being a third baseman and like seeing all the great third basemen, like who's probably your favorite in the MLB right now?
I don't really watch third base. That's the thing. Like, I play third base, but like deep down, I'm like a middle guy. But I know I'm not a middle infield. So like, I mean, the best of the best was like Nolan Arenado. Like everyone's like, he's the man. Matt Chapman. But I don't watch too much MLB, sadly.
I definitely get that. I mean, I'm a Reds fan. I definitely watch more football, and I mean, I haven't caught too many games. I know that they're playing right now and everything, but I mean, I sometimes catch them at work, seeing them on the screen or anything. I serve at that B-Dubs on Calhoun, and just like sometimes I catch them on, but yeah.
Do you plan on playing at the next level, or like what's next for you?
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I'm kind of like 85% sure I'm going to play pro ball, hopefully, if they don't consider me too old. But I'm kind of young for my grade, but if that doesn't work out, I will for sure move to Chicago and then go from there. Okay. I'll probably move somewhere in Wrigleyville and then find a job. I'll do it. I don't know how or where, but that's the first step.
Oh, I mean, definitely. Like, just because of the family in Chicago or, like, the baseball environment?
Family, girlfriend, and I've always loved Chicago. My brother's lived there for, like, 8-9 years now, so I've been there plenty of times, and I just enjoy the city.
Yeah. I think I went back there, like, back to Chicago in, like, 8th grade or something for, like, an art museum trip or whatever, and it was a really cool city. Like, it was the first time that I'd ever been to a city like that wasn't Cincinnati or somewhere in Ohio. And it was really cool to see just like all the huge buildings and just the environment and everything.
Yeah, you're never bored, that's for sure. I think every time I've been there, I've done something new too. So
really,
yeah, it's just there's endless things to do, and there's so many. Like, it's not just like Cincinnati where it's like Cincinnati downtown OTR. There's like 10 of those, probably like 15 of those in Chicago.
Oh yeah, just don't go to the block, right?
Yeah, South Side. I've actually been to South Side. Chinatown area, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but like outside of Chinatown is like no bueno. You got to go during the day or not at all.
Yeah, definitely.
With your hopes of playing professionally, do you is there one team besides the Cubs that you want to play for? Like stay in Cincinnati or
whichever team takes me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be greedy.
Oh, I get that a lot, man. I mean, would you want to go somewhere around here, or are you curious about going somewhere on the West or East Coast?
I wouldn't mind. Either coast is fine. Just somewhere where it's like warm throughout would be great, but like not like too hot like Florida. I don't really like Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of hot, humid. I mean, if you're not on like the Gulf side or anything like that, it can just be super.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely something with Cincy and the weather and everything.
Yeah, recently has been for sure.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's very temperamental in Cincinnati that I'm learning. It's like you can have a really nice 70, 80 degree day like today, and then yesterday you can get thunderstorms like no tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yesterday was pretty bad.
Yeah.
What's your biggest takeaway from being on the UC team?
I mean, it's varied every year, but like it's just having fun. I mean, even before Coach B came in, the UC team was known for having fun, whether that's viewed as a good thing or a bad thing. But when Coach B got here, his whole identity was energy, so always bringing energy and making the game a game. So I think that's probably the biggest takeaway is no matter what I'm doing, I need to just have fun doing it, like be excited to do what I'm supposed to do instead of treating it like a job or like something someone expects of me. If I can just continue to have fun doing it, life and reality will be better.
Yeah. Thank you, Kerrington, for coming on. You know, it was great talking to you and learning more about UC baseball team.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Learning more about you, man. I mean, it's really cool, and I mean, just seeing such an incredible player, and especially one that could definitely go to the pros and everything, catching you at this moment right now.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks, man. And I guess, finally, for the last time in the semester,
Hey, cats, let's go UC.